Max Easton is an ex-MI6 operative living with his wife and their two daughters, Chloe and Lola. After having breakfast, they are driving when Max notices a biker in all black seemingly following them. They come upon some sheep crossing the road, and the biker pulls alongside the car, raising tensions, but he soon rides away without incident. 3 days earlier in Iran, a man kisses his family goodbye and sets out for work. He is in traffic when a bike with two riders plants a bomb onto his car, causing a massive explosion. The attackers end up falling from their bike and take off running while cops chase after them. The two are guided into a building by a man where they put on burqas and escape. Max is having an issue with his card and visits the bank, where he learns the card has been blocked. He returns home with the biker earlier today, still on his mind, and can see he is thinking about something, but he tells her it's fine. Later, he is building a bench in his shed when the power goes out, and he gets a text from someone telling him to check in. 3 days earlier, after the bombing, the two bombers, Layla and Harry, turn out to be part of an MI6 Black Ops team along with Ryan Cooper, working with a local contact, Omar, eliminating people involved in a nuclear weapons program. Their team lead, Shahid, gives them their last target, Ali Ardavan. Layla and Harry track Ali down and see him walking with his bodyguard. They follow and see him enter a building and are shocked to see Omar there with him. The team reconvenes, wondering what to do with Omar, but Shahid orders that they move to another secure safe house and await further orders. In the present, Max puts his daughters to bed and prepares to have wine with Anne, while outside, a man approaches the house in the shadows. Max goes to grab the wine when he gets a video call of someone watching and through the windows, and he rushes in to grab the girls and hide in the bathroom. He heads outside with a knife to confront the stalker, but sees no one. He then gets another call from a man asking about his family and telling him they will see him in London, and wants answers, but Max has to leave, claiming it was the bank he worked for a few years ago calling him in. He tells her he stashed money for very unpleasant people, and now they want it back, and is worried about the girls, but Max tells her it'll only take a week to clear things up with his employers. He travels to London to the MI6 station, where he meets head of section George White, pissed at him for threatening his family, but White simply hates being ignored. White tells him about the operation in Iran, but reveals that Shahid has gone rogue. White mentions Ryan, Layla, and Shahid, ordering Max to find them and eliminate them. He then shows Max Harry's file, and Harry turns out to be Max's son. White reveals that Harry had joined MI6 after Max left, but then shows a grim picture of a dead Harry, telling him that Shahid had him killed and they are giving him the chance to make things right. Max leaves, almost coming to tears in the hallway. He goes to break the news to his ex-wife, but lies that he was hit by a car on a trade delegation in Tehran. But she doesn't believe him as she knows Harry wanted to be just like him and curses him for abandoning them for 10 years. 3 days earlier, Harry and Layla are going over Omar's file to figure out how long he's been playing them. After taking a break to smash some cheeks, Layla goes to meet with Shahid, still concerned they haven't heard anything from MI6. Shahid is concerned about Harry, revealing he and Max were close at one point, and tells Layla to keep an eye on him. In the present, Max lands in Beirut and stops by to see an old friend, Gabe, who is shocked to see him as he thought Max was out of the game for good. Max reveals he is hunting down two operatives who have gone AWOL and needs help tracking them down. However, Gabe himself has gotten out of the game and intends to keep it that way. Max understands, but Gabe can see that something is on his mind and is shocked to hear that Harry is dead. Max explains his suspicions that he was taken out by the people he is looking for, so Gabe decides he must help Max. The two arm themselves and head out. Meanwhile, Anna stumbles upon a will belonging to Max and calls her brother Noah to come over. The will leaves a strongbox stashed in a bank to Olivia Clark, a journalist, and the two wonder if Max is having an affair, so Noah decides to do some digging. He finds they can access the strongbox using a key, so they start searching for one. Max and Gabe visit a local contact and get a name, Hassan Nasser, and his location. The two then track Hassan down and kidnap him. 3 days earlier, Harry had found intel on Omar's connections with Ali Ardavan and planned to alert Shahid, but Layla tries talking him out of it. She suspects he is up to something since they discovered Omar, but Harry doesn't take the warning. He heads over to Shahid and shows him the intel, and Shahid plans to investigate further, telling him Max would be proud. In the present, Max and Gabe show Nasser the photo of the operatives, but he denies knowing them. Max is expecting this, so he explains that he will torture Hassan for the information if he needs to. Hassan still refuses to talk, so Max starts pulling his fingernail with pliers. After one nail, Hassan tells him the operatives were looking for Ali Ardavan but doesn't know why, so Max demands that he set up a meeting with the operatives that afternoon, and Hassan agrees. Anna and Noah are still looking for the key when Anna stumbles upon a safe hidden in the wall. They bring in a man to break into the safe, and there she finds the key they're looking for. After talking with Harry, Shahid reaches out to White, revealing the source of their breach is a law firm in Washington, D.C., Burnett Hanson, but White tells him the law firm is clean. However, he tells Shahid that the source of their breach is actually Harry himself. Later, Shahid picks Harry up, claiming to have the jump on Omar, and is going to take him out. Anna brings the key to the bank and gets access to the strongbox, and inside, she sees a lone thumb drive. She goes home and accesses the drive to see a video of Max. Max gets access to a room overlooking the meat spot and is preparing his sniper rifle when he gets a call from Anna, who tells him they need to talk, but Max tells her he's in a meeting and will call her later. Anna plays the video and hears Max confess to being a British intelligence officer and to killing a British scientist, Dr. Reynolds, under the orders of George White. Layla and Ryan arrive at the meet location, and Max takes aim. We then see how Shahid drove Harry to the border of Turkmenistan, and despite Harry denying that he is a mole, Shahid put 2 rounds into him. As Max is about to fire on Layla and Ryan, cops pull up and start chasing the two, capturing Layla while Ryan escapes. Max drops the rifle and begins chasing after Ryan. He tracks him down to a building, but Ryan attacks him. Ryan almost overpowers Max, but Max stabs him with a pole, puncturing his lung. He demands to know why Shahid killed Harry, but Ryan reveals that Harry is still alive. As it turns out, Shahid had missed on purpose. Ryan dies before he can say more, and cops surround the building. Shahid fakes the crime scene, demanding that Harry disappear for good or they both will be dead. Harry is still freaking out as there is a kill order on him for just doing his job. He wonders if Shahid is okay with White's betrayal, but Shahid just tells him to escape into Turkmenistan and disappear. Harry tells Shahid thanks for sparing his life and walks away, as Shahid sets the car on fire and leaves. He sends the photo confirmation to White, who then contacts CIA agent Amanda Jones, telling her that someone went digging into Ardavan and found Burnett Hanson, but he had the agent killed. Amanda is taking no chances, assuming that the agent may have spoken to the other operatives and wants them all taken care of. She offers to send her own killer, but White tells her he has someone reliable and easily controlled for the job. As the cops barge into Max's building, he sets a gas trap for the cops and escapes before it explodes. Anna is still watching the video at home when Max calls and can hear that something is wrong. He asks to speak with his daughter, but she claims they're all in bed, so he tells her he loves her, but Anna doesn't reply and hangs up. Outside, MI6 assassin Lawrence is listening in on their conversation, and he sends a recording over to MI6 Khalid Walker. Anna is called into a briefing, where the chairman reminds her that her mission is to gather evidence and not assassinate scientists. Anna thinks their goal is to contain Iran's nuclear program, but he reminds her she hasn't given them clear evidence that Iran is in breach of their nuclear deal and threatens to shut her program down unless she can present that evidence. Outside, her boss John reminds her not to antagonize the higher-ups. Max gets a call from White, telling him about Ryan and that Layla was captured. Max tells him he wants Harry's body expatriated, and White tells him it may be tricky, but he'll do his best. White gets the location of the station Layla is at. He goes looking for Walker and finds him listening to the recording, but Walker doesn't reveal it to him. 3 days earlier, Shahid returns to Ryan and Layla, telling them that Harry is dead and was killed by Omar after they pulled up to interrogate him. Layla asks him about a body, but Shahid tells them the cops took him. She is determined to get his body, but Shahid warns that she would be defying orders. Later, Shahid tries to talk to Layla, but she blames him for this entire mess and plans to complete her mission and leave. Harry walks to Turkmenistan where a boy offers him water. The boy asks where he is going, but the question hits a note with him, and he turns right back around and gets on a bus back to Tehran. Max gets to the police station pretending to be from the British embassy to collect Layla. The cop goes to speak with his superiors when Max sees Layla being escorted out, and the cop returns insisting that he did not see Layla. Max leaves, keeping an eye on Layla, who is put in a car. He calls White, reporting that she was handed over to the special intelligence led by Salim Beirut, and he suspects that Beirut has taken Layla to set a trap for Max, as they have history. White warns him not to go in and plans to find dirt on Beirut. Harry returns to Tehran and purchases a gun. He follows Shahid and sees him talking to a young boy. He pays the kid and learns that Shahid wants him to find Omar, so Harry tells him to alert him first once he is found. Noah stops by Anna, wanting to know what she found out. Although hesitant, Anna plays the video for him and Lawrence becomes concerned. He calls Walker and reports this to him, but Walker tells him to await orders. He steps out to speak with White, but White just yells at him to find something on Beirut. Walker then tells Lawrence to contain that leak and leave no one alive, not even the kids. Max gets to a shipping yard run by Beirut, and the man soon comes out to meet him, reminding him of what would happen if he came back. Max asks for Layla, but Beirut asks the price, and when Max tells him nothing, Beirut's men knock him out. Max is taken to a torture room and prepares to get his payback, but Max tells him to check his pocket. Max shows him evidence of his involvement in a bombing that killed many people, including their prime minister, and threatens to release all the evidence unless he makes it out alive. Beirut is forced to take Max to his headquarters where Layla is brought to him. She is told that Max will take her back to the UK, but Layla knows Max is here to kill her. Max sees the ring she is wearing and tells her the engraving that is there, revealing that he is Harry's father. She returns his ring and is hesitant to talk to Max as she heard what happened to Ryan. He asks if Harry is still alive, but she has no idea. He can see that she was in love with Harry and offers the choice to get answers or stay locked up. She is released into Max's custody, who wants to know what is really going on, pulling a gun to show he means business. In Tehran 3 days ago, Harry ambushes Omar in his cab, demanding answers for his betrayal. Omar reveals that he was warning Artavan, as he was never supposed to be on the kill list. He doesn't know much, but urges Harry to talk to Artavan, as he knows the truth about what the team is really doing. The last thing he did was give Artavan a passport with the name Darius Kazim. Meanwhile, Layla and Ryan are running their own op to kill Omar. Layla gets on a bike and plants a bomb onto the car, but when she sees Harry inside, she manages to pull him out in time before the bomb explodes, killing Omar. Layla is knocked out from the blast, and Harry hurriedly escapes. In the present, Layla explains that Harry is hunting Artavan, which is how he ended up on the kill list in the first place. And Max is shocked hearing that White ordered Shahid to kill Harry, but he couldn't go through with it. His goal now is to find Harry, and Layla tells him if they find Artavan, they'll find Harry. Meanwhile, Anna is at home with the girls when Lola spots a man outside and screams in terror. Meanwhile, White goes to Walker's office and sees his cell phone unattended with a text from Lawrence that he's in place and rushes out of the office. He confronts Walker, who tells him that Anna knows everything and he sent Lawrence in, but White sacks him right there. Meanwhile, Lola is trying to convince Anna that she saw a man outside. Lawrence silently approaches and enters the house, but Anna spots him before he spots her and grabs the girls. They rush out to the car and Lawrence is on their tail, but White tells him to stand down just in time and Anna speeds away with the girls. White contacts Amanda, telling her about the confession tape that Max has made incriminating them both on the Dr. Reynolds job, and that Anna and Noah have seen the video. Amanda learns that Anna has escaped and decides to get personally involved, as she doesn't trust White's judgment any longer. White contacts Max and learns Layla is still alive, as she is Max's only lead to Shahid, so White orders him to give her 24 hours, then put a bullet in her head. Max then warns Layla that he will indeed kill her if she gives him a reason to. 2 days earlier, after Omar's death, Harry breaks into the MI6 safe house and uses Layla's credentials to log into their database and finds out Artavan has booked a flight to Beirut. Ryan enters the safe house calling for Shahid, and Harry carefully avoids him before he is able to escape. Layla soon confronts Shahid about Harry being alive, and he explains the entire situation to her and begs her not to tell White. Ryan also becomes aware of the situation and wants to call it in, but Layla thinks they should pretend that everything is on track, as MI6 would not hesitate to put them on a kill list. He is hesitant to lie to MI6, but she thinks it's best they investigate first and bring them solutions instead of problems. Anna then notices that her account was logged into a few minutes ago and sees Artavan's travel plans. Anna stops by the side of the road and calls Noah, asking him to meet her at a park nearby. White gets a recording of the phone call and finds their location and plans to alert Lawrence. Noah arrives and Anna tells him about the assassin in her home and thinks they need to go into hiding, as they know Noah has seen the video too. Noah then steals a car nearby, and Lawrence, who is tracking them with White's help, arrives at the location but sees no sign of them, so White tells him to track them down. Harry soon arrives in Beirut and finds the hotel Artavan is staying at. He gets to the hotel and pays a cab driver to just wait at the location. In the present, Amanda arrives at White's office and the two make plans to track Anna and Noah down. Max and Layla run into Hassan, who tries to run, but they manage to capture him. He claims he doesn't know where Artavan is, but Max reminds him about their last meeting. Hassan then tells them Artavan is meeting an Iranian-American lobbyist, Anthony Kahani, at the Babylonian Hotel. The two get to the hotel, where they spot Kahani at the bar, so Layla decides to bug his room. She gets a maid to let her in to snoop around, but soon Kahani starts heading back to his room. Max alerts her, but she has completed her mission and disappeared. Later, Max is listening in on Kahani's bug when Layla asks him why he is back in the game after getting out. Max reluctantly explains that White found out he remarried and is threatening his family unless he completes his mission, which Layla presumes is taking her out. Noah brings Anna and the girls to a farmhouse in the hills. He wonders what she will do next, but Anna has no idea. The next morning, Max hears that Kahani is scheduled for a presentation and heads out. As the two listen to Kahani speak, Layla notes how he sounds Americanized and wonders why Artavan would be funding Iran's nuclear program and meeting with such a man. He could be working with Burnett Hansen, but Max doesn't care about that and just wants to find Harry. Meanwhile, Harry sees Artavan leave his hotel and tells his cab driver to follow. Noah gets a cell phone from an old friend, but Anna is pissed that he has revealed their location to someone and yells at him to use his head. White's team pulls Noah's criminal record and are able to use his arrests and their last known location to track down 5 possible lodges where he could be staying and send teams to track them down. Harry follows Artavan and sees him arrive at the conference. Artavan gets inside and Kahani sees him and becomes nervous. Max and Layla also see Artavan arrive. Anna is at home when she decides to call Olivia Clark, the reporter, but learns she is on leave, as her son was killed in a road accident in the Middle East a few days ago. Meanwhile, Noah goes into town and stops by a pharmacy. He is leaving when the hit squad drives past, unaware. Anna gets off the phone to hear the girls calling her, and when she heads outside, she is shocked to see men talking to the girls. Noah returns home to see the men leading Lola and Chloe into their car. White and Amanda get reports of Anna's capture, but are still worried about Noah and now Walker. Amanda thinks it's best they bring him and then have him against them. They call Walker in for a meeting and Amanda tells him they plan to give him a second chance, but threatens to burn him if he repeats his actions. Artavan confronts Kahani for selling him out when he financed their deal, but Kahani insists he had no idea of the hit list. Artavan has something up his sleeve. He shows Kahani a string of numbers on a paper, threatening to take action. Kahani then asks his terms, and Artavan demands a flight to America and full citizenship, and Kahani agrees. All this time, Max and Layla are listening in and hear Kahani consult with someone about Artavan's request. Kahani then agrees to the terms, and they head out, and Max knows if Artavan escapes they lose Harry, so they head out as well. Artavan, Kahani, and his men head out to meet their vehicle, but Kahani gets another call and claims the pickup location has changed. The men cut through an alley, but Kahani and his men back up, allowing a gunman to open fire on Artavan, killing his bodyguard. Artavan escapes with the gunman after him, but Max and Layla, who were close by, give chase with their guns drawn. Layla engages the gunman. Meanwhile, Harry also arrives. Layla kills the gunman, but Harry unknowingly begins shooting at her. Max goes to ambush the shooter and holds him at gunpoint. Harry drops the gun and slowly turns, and both are shocked seeing each other. Harry then sees Artavan escaping and goes after him, but Artavan is shot and killed. Anna is taken to a home by Lawrence and reunites with the girls. He tells them they are free to roam the grounds as they will be here for a while. Anna wonders what is going to happen to them, but Lawrence ignores her. Max and Harry return to the hotel, where Harry reunites with Layla. They explain that Max was sent in to clean up White's mess, but came to help him. But Harry tells him he didn't need his help. Harry asks the real reason Max took the mission and learns that White threatened his wife and kids. Harry is just caught up on the fact that Max has new kids and wonders if he is still with their mom. Layla breaks up the awkward family reunion, and they decide they must find out what White is covering up and use it to help Harry get his life back. Their first step is to find out what Artavan had on Kahani. Amanda returns to Langley, where she is briefed on a drone strike that happened at a wedding in Lebanon. She claims to have no idea about it, but then calls someone saying they need to talk. She meets with Martin Collins, who reveals the drone strike was an accident and they want Amanda to take the fall. She is not pleased with this, but Collins reminds her they pay her checks and wants her to find the evidence Artavan has against them. Max contacts White, telling him they have tracked Shahid with Layla's help, showing him a seemingly bound and battered Layla. He notes that Anna hasn't been answering his calls and knows White has something to do with it and demands that Anna call him to know she's okay. He then tells White that Artavan is dead, but he had nothing to do with it. The trio head back over to the hotel Artavan was staying in to search for any sign of the evidence he had against Kahani, but with no idea of what to look for, they come up with another plan. White calls Amanda, confronting her for taking out Artavan without consulting him, but she refused to let him slip away again. She has also discovered that Artavan had contacted a journalist and has a team on their way to Artavan's apartment. Harry and Max lay wait outside the apartment while Layla watches the cameras, and soon they see the journalist arrive at the apartment. He goes inside and collects a notebook, but an assassin already inside kills him. Harry and Max go after the assassin and Max shoots him dead, saving Harry's life. But Harry says nothing and just collects the notebook. Amanda confesses to the drone strike to her boss John Lynn and soon faces Chairman Jones, who criticizes her actions, but Senator Hawes defends her, noting the number of other successful strikes and that collateral damage and mistakes are part of the game. Layla goes over the notebook to see it filled with numbers and a name, Najmat, which Max reveals is a gambling club, and the numbers could be gambling records. Harry thinks it's a silly idea, and the two begin to argue once more. Harry goes to throw a punch, and Max urges him to and gets clocked in the face. Anna then finally calls, updating him on the girls and how they miss him. She wonders when he is coming home, and Max tells her soon, but she urges him to hurry. Harry shows concern for his family, but Max tells him they're fine before they plan to track down Najmat. Noah is still on the run, but Lawrence has tracked his location from a burner phone, and White urges him to take him in alive. Lawrence gets to the location with men and tracking dogs, but sees Harry's cell phone in the grass. Max and the others arrive at the Najmat and coerce a woman there to hear them out. Max shows her the journal, and she identifies a string of numbers that are not like the others. Lawrence comes to talk with Anna, and he seems genuinely concerned about the family. He tells Anna about his two boys and thinks Max has been secretive with her to protect her. He tells her about Noah's cell phone and a text he was writing to her, but Anna claims to have no idea. Amanda does a press conference about the drone strike and 22 dead, but insists it was a machine error and sends her condolences to the family. That night, Anna wakes the girls as she has a plan to escape. Lawrence soon comes to check on them, only to find their bed empty. Anna brings the girls to the edge of the property and forces them both through a gate before they hear the dogs in the distance. Anna then finds another way across the fence and grabs the girls. White returns home when he notices one of his doors is unlocked, and standing behind him is Shahid, holding a gun to him. He confronts White for all the innocents he has killed and demands an answer for Harry's order, and White realizes he did not kill Harry. White insists that Harry was a double agent, but Shahid knows this is a lie. He, however, has not come for revenge, but tells White he no longer wants to live in the world he has created. Max, Harry, and Layla are trying the sequence of numbers when they realize its coordinates to Lebanon. As they dig deeper, they find the video of Amanda's press conference about the drone strike. They realize that if Artavan had the coordinates to the attack, it was not an accident, as Amanda claims. Shahid knows he disobeyed a kill order and the punishment, but White claims they can fix things together as they are friends. He goes to open a bottle of wine for them, but Shahid is swiftly killed in his seat. Anna brings the girls to meet up with Noah, but Lawrence and his men are also there. revealing he used her to find Noah. Max gets a call from White, telling him they are close on Shahid's tail and they are looking at him as they speak, but White has found him out.